This is Budweiser's Kings of Football show. I am Folajimi Oluwasegun James Akinshola, but you can simply call me Jimmy. Yes, I am, of course, slightly happy about certain situations, but unfortunately, the joy that I have within is dependent on other people showing that they have the cojones. Those things are not available at Old Trafford. You understand? Let's get to the show. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about, certain Red Devils that are not able to do what they're supposed to
Speak up.
But before they start to speak up, let me officially introduce them because wala, you understand? Wala. We got Puja in the house, my brother, my friend, my very, very regular antagonist.
Yeah.
How you feeling, brother?
Regular like Liverpool, in form.
Oh, my God. Struggling against Sheffield United.
Lonely at the top.
That's in form.
See, for you, against Sheffield United, that's the normal Liverpool. You let it go. You give you.
See your mouth.
But it's good to be back on the show. It's good to be, back to back. I think I've done it on a stretch now, so I'm in form like Liverpool.
Puja is in the house. I appreciate you, Puja, doing your thing. Now, of course, you might have heard his voice, just subtly, just trying to, start off what already is finished. But we have to always allow them to please themselves until the 90, what minute?
6-8 minutes.
98 minutes. There
90
are two
plus
things
8.
that happen.
I hate you
90
guys.
plus 8.
So let's go back to 1998. That's actually when the last one is titled that was of significance.
Come on. To hell with you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Red Devil by heart. We brought him here today to encourage him to make sure his team does the needful. But we need to support him at this point in time. He has gone through a lot, especially midweek, Thursday specifically. Oh my God. How are your palm? Let me see your palm.
No, I will not be showing my palm.
Let's be palmers.
I will not be showing my palm. None of that.
Oh, Oli Ekun is in the house. He is, of course, a content creator. He's an actor. He's an all-round entertainer and is a go-to guy whenever you need something to lift your spirits and encourage you and, of course, entertain you. He's here to lift some people's spirits. But how is your spirit?
Man, my spirit is broken, man. Into a million pieces, man. I have to say this. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much, Jimmy. It's wonderful doing this with you. Puja, shout out to you. But at the same time, to hell with you guys. Shame on you guys. But at the end of the day, man, we are still Manchester United. What can I tell you?
Yeah, you can tell yourself shame on you guys. Because we are all ashamed of what you put on tape on Thursday. He has encouraged us for what is coming in the future. We don't know what you can rely on when it comes to Ten Hag and his men. You understand? Because they can only do...
But you know what I expect? Again. As an Arsenal fan, I expect you guys to fail again, as always. So what are we saying?
Your track record shows failure. Mine doesn't.
What do you mean yours doesn't?
2024. Recency bias is what we're working with.
Why are we working with recency bias?
Because you can only look back as long as 9 games. What was your last 9 games?
Hey, let's not go there. I'm not going to go there. It's been horrible, can't lie.
See, if you go beyond 9 games, it will be a nightmare for you because it belongs to a test of dreams.
It's Arsenal now. Come on.
So you see, the producers of this show, they usually try to do different things to unsettle me because I've proven to be unshakable, unbreakable, indefatigable. But they try different things to, try and move me off my game.
Okay.
Last week, it was down to Chelsea. They brought a lot of Chelsea fans in the house. In fact, one of the biggest Chelsea fans was here, running his mouth, going back, turning into a history teacher, telling me how, back in the day. But today, they have brought another, what they thought would be a stumble in my block. You understand? A Man U fan. To make me feel bad, to encourage me to realize that Liverpool can do it. But I'm not feeling threatened by you. Because your recent performance, it means that you need encouragement from me, not even...
It's so funny to me how you're saying all these things, Jimmy, because...
Are we not dealing with facts?
No, I understand.
Okay, let me ask you this. What was the scoreline of the match that was played midweek between Chelsea and Manchester United at Stamford Bridge played in the night time on Thursday.
It was a clown show. I can't lie to you. It was a circus show. It was horrible. Can't lie to you.
Your Honor,
But-
based on the few points I've raised, I hope
However-
I'm able to convince and not confuse
However,
you
Jimmy-
that Man U is a useless team.
However, we've been really horrible this season. Can't lie. We've been really horrible. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we're sixth on the
You're
table.
like the choir. I'm the lead singer. Sing.
I know Allah now. We'll see where that leads you now. Come on now. Come on. This is how many
Producers, you brought a
seasons
defeated
into it.
man to me.
Come on now.
It's okay.
It's not. No.
I'll take you.
I'm not even taking that.
I will encourage you.
You are not going to win the league.
Just palm.
It's not
palm,
going to happen.
palm,
You know it's
palm,
not going to happen.
palm,
You know it's not going to happen.
Back in the day, when you say palm, it means chill.
Jimmy, oh, man manipulates me. No, it's not going to happen.
Baba has gone into Yoruba.
To hell with you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oli Ekun, don't worry. This is just a tip of the iceberg. We have not even started the show.
I also not started with you.
Understand?
Let's go.
We got a lot of people on our X space. One of our veterans and one of our regulars, Babanla, is also in there. We're going to be getting some views from you real quick. Obviously, you're a Manchester United fan. We're going to get your thoughts on exactly what's transpiring at Old Trafford and anywhere Manchester United seem to go. For those of you that are tuning in just for the goodies, well, I have a little surprise for you. There are goodies available for you, so let me quickly get you abreast of how to get involved with that. Remember, we do have our Predict and Win, which is, of course, an opportunity for you to win ₦1 million, 500,000 naira, or 250,000 naira, depending on where you place yourself at the end of the season on the leaderboard. All you have to do is go to our website, which is www.budweiserfootballpredictor.com. Once you get on there, you will be able to make predictions every week. That is week in, week out, as long as the Premier League match is being played. And once you make those predictions, your results are tallied up and your points are added to a weekly tally that gives us, at the end of the season, your position on top of the leaderboard. If you're on top, you get ₦1 million naira. Second place, you get 500, and of course, third place, you get 250,000 naira. For you that are interested in weekly gains, well, for those of you, you will be getting 5,000 naira worth of airtime if you are, of course, the person with the most correct predictions at the end of this week. We do have other giveaways that will be coming your way. Of course, we do have our Predict and Win, which is for our Twitter space. I'll be telling you all about that shortly. And we do have, of course, what we give away for our YouTube fans that will be watching right here on YouTube. Remember, this, of course, is always available every Monday, different bits of it for you to digest on YouTube. We are, of course, live on television across Nigeria, especially in the eastern part of the country, where you can enjoy us on your TV screens. Now, it's time for us to get into our hot take. We spent a little time talking about,
The woes of Manchester United.
yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to come back to it.
Unfortunately.
The question, the title race is the big thing.
Yeah.
The fact that we're talking about Man U is because they kind of affect the title race by way of playing the title contenders. Doesn't in any way or shape or form mean that Manchester United is that big a deal. But they are, in terms of they have a say in who wins the league. But if we are looking at who that has a say, then we must make it a critical look. For those of us on our X space, I'll come to you first. This is the hot take I want us to discuss. Has Eric Ten Hag taken Manchester United as far as he can? A few pointers I want to point out to you. The drop in results and performances from last season is a telling factor. They've hardly won a game convincingly this year. Correct me if I'm saying anything blasphemous. Ten Hag continues to claim his team's game plan is working despite evidence to the contrary, as you mentioned earlier. And of course, if he does leave, who is a potential replacement? Pooja, if you're ready, all the way from the United States. I said Pooja, El Boogie. Pooja is here in Lagos, supporting the Super Falcons. How was that game for you, Pooja?
Of course, good game, but not enough.
Should we have done more? Yeah, you think we should have done more?
It's too like get a counter.
Yeah.
So you have to win your own match very
Convincingly.
well, convincingly. And we had chances.
Do you think that South Africa will prove to be a threat when they go home?
I think we can...
Based on what they showed on in the first leg.
It's 2 ways now. They have to play expansive football at Pretoria in South Africa. We have to play compacted football. So it now depends on how they convert their own chances, because I don't think we can be so expansive like we did in Abuja against them in South Africa. So, but unfortunately, we could have won more. That 1-0 is too little for a two-legged encounter, especially in Africa.
All right, let's go straight into our X space right now. El Boogie, you're a speaker. I'd like to get your take. Has Eric Ten Hag taken Manchester United as far as he can? El Boogie, you have the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I believe he's done. It's not just I was listening to the guy you have in the studio. I don't know who it is, but I was listening to a couple of things that he was just saying. But it's not just about we played this, we played that. You don't have a defined way of playing. You're a counter-attacking team. You've spent so much money. It's not. The fans are totally in disarray. The fans are upset. The fans are angry. It's very demoralizing. It's just a lot. So I strongly believe that the new owners, the guy Sergeant Ratcliffe, who's bought shares in the club, I strongly believe he wants an Englishman. So it's the paper talk all around town is he wants Southgate. If Southgate happens, as an Arsenal fan, I will be happy with that.
But I need to get people's opinion in the studio right now. Guys, has Ten Hag done his best at United, and is his time over?
Well, I don't think he can scale up, because this season has been a bad season. As a big club as Man United, you can't be having stats like a relegation team. They've had, Luton have scored the same number of goals.
Wow.
43 goals each.
Luton has scored the same amount of goals as Manchester United.
Yeah.
They've conceded more shots since early February than Sheffield United.
Relax now.
More than 120 shots since early February.
More than Sheffield United have conceded.
More than Sheffield United have
The
conceded.
worst team in the league.
Bro, it's barbaric.
So if you now look at the chaos he has done at the club, fought one of the greatest players
ever
in the history of the club.
In the history of football.
Because he has fought with these guys based on a discipline and non-performance. And you have indulged the guys like Rashford, Anthony,
worse,
who are doing nothing. And your signings that you brought from your so-called Holland, that you believe they are going to... Because at the end of the day, he didn't read the Premier League very well from last season. Because you can't bring guys from other leagues and just want them to start performing like that in new league like the Premier League. So all the guys they have bought, we don't know where Malaysia is at this point in time.
Yeah,
Malaysia. Anthony has been off the park.
Malaysia.
You look at Rashford, it's like his mind is made up. It's like he's already in holiday. So what they just need now is just to fight as a big club, bragging rights in the end of the season, because I don't see anything tangible coming from the season. So if Eric Ten Hag wants to continue, I don't know how he wants to continue. Because
his resume doesn't give him anything to work
because
with.
you have to give so many, they have to lose so much money. One, they have to let go Sancho because he's not going to come back. Anthony has been a waste. What happened to Rashford? Is he going to continue on that over 400,000 pounds per week in this kind of performance?
Casemiro.
Unfortunately, Onana has not been the best buy because
They're stuck with him.
He brought Evans. They have Maguire.
Onana at 100.
So you look. They have Casemiro. They have Varane. Guys are in their last legs. So if you look at what is going on at the club, they need a new face. Of course, they have a new manager now. But of course, they can say, okay, they need a new face. So they need. So the new face they need now is to let the old guys go. Let Eric Ten Hag himself leave the club and have a new water. Because unfortunately, you can't be having starts of a relegation team and you say you are 6.
I'm still going to give Ten Hag a chance. I think one more season. Because we're so
one
used
more season.
to,
Why? That's so, I wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah.
Why?
So this is why. I believe he has a system. It's not just working. It's a system that can be modified. The type of system he plays, he relies so much on fast wingers. Direct,
I want to take you back.
counter-attacking.
I want to take you back 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Some stats were given that should not even be in the same conversation with Man United.
I understand that.
And these stats are being given in a period in which your Eric Ten Hag style of play,
Yes.
so-called, has been in use.
Yeah.
Now, you cannot tell me it's just a case of a few changes to a style of play that will get you to a better goals, shots
Yeah, I
attempted at
understand
you
that.
than Sheffield United.
I understand
Will
that.
get you to a point where you're scoring less goals than Luton Town.
But this same style of play was that's his philosophy. That's what he brought when he came. And we did
And
so
since
well.
he came,
And
what success have you had?
So that's what I'm
List it for me,
saying. I'm
please.
saying from last season up until now, based on that system,
You can't
it's
count
a
those
system.
things as success.
No, hold on. I'm saying that system can be modified. It was working before, or it worked to a certain extent before. Now it's not as it's not working.
Clearly.
But that's why I'm saying, like, okay, this isn't working. Let's switch up, guys. Let's do something else, guys.
So let me ask you this: who's your potential replacement? El Boogie was saying Southgate might not be the guy, but that's been mooted in conversations within the journalistic world that Southgate might be a potential replacement after the Euros. Do you agree with Southgate? Is there any other direction you'd rather go as a Manchester United fan?
For now, I don't have any body in mind, and I really don't believe Southgate's his CV is solid enough. I don't know.
Off the top of your head, any replacements?
Yeah, I think in the world of
I think we're linked with Tuchel. Were we linked with
Is
Tuchel?
Tuchel really the answer?
I'm just saying that that's like one of the names that, but I don't.
Well, how would you
think-
feel about Tuchel?
It wouldn't be bad, but I don't know.
Bayern are having their worst season. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
before he left Chelsea, it was their worst season. So we need to go back to how we left PSG too.
There's that too. So
the world of sports now, I think we have shortage of managers that can go round. So we have Jose Mourinho, unemployed, but he can't go back to Man United in quotes. We have Alonso, we have said is staying put at Bayer Leverkusen, so he's off the radar.
Yeah.
We have Klopp who said he's going for a sabbatical, so he's not going to coach in the next 1 to 2 years. I don't know.
We're talking about Amorim from Sporting Lisbon to
Sporting Lisbon.
Liverpool.
They defeated Benfica in the cup semi-final.
Yeah.
It's topping the table. It looks like the perfect replacement for Klopp. And because if you look at the two clubs, if they put Liverpool and Man United on the table of any manager now, Pep
the
Guardiola
more
ran
attractive
away.
job is
See,
Liverpool.
when Ferguson left,
yeah.
Pep Guardiola had to run. Now imagine the damage after 7-8 years. No manager will want to go to that club for anything.
Just like the Chelsea job. as
Yeah.
well.
So now what we have on ground now is we have De Zerbi, who is actually an auction for so many clubs.
How long is he going to still be deserving after this season?
At the end of the day,
Because you have to move when your stock is high.
No, of course, and we measure managers based on their quality of players.
Yeah.
And he has done extremely well with Brighton. So if you move up, and maybe the new guy, at Man United can give him that blank check to bring players to his own satisfaction.
This was the thoughts when Chelsea brought in a Brighton coach.
And
how did that end?
Chelsea were buying aimlessly.
Well, look at Manchester United. They probably would do the same thing because they're in that position.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when they need to replace players.
desperate, yeah.
So it's a risk. Yeah, you were
Hi,
saying.
Jimmy.
Go ahead, Boogie.
Yeah, so I hear what Poja is saying, but I need you to understand something, yeah? They need to probably take a gamble like Arsenal did on someone, and also just listen to this.
I'm Mark Goldbridge, and this is your latest Manchester United news as Ineos face manager struggles to bring in a replacement for Eric Ten Hag that could force them to keep him. I think that might be a good idea, but is that just because people don't want the job? Also, Oli going to...
So that is one of the highly respected guys of Manchester United. So you see what they're struggling to replace him because probably there's no clear favorite. There are no outstanding managers out there with a good CV.
Yeah.
And they've gone on LinkedIn. They can't find nobody on LinkedIn because there's just nobody who probably wants the job. That's it, period.
There must be somebody on LinkedIn. Now. Come on. Boogie, you take the job, no?
Absolutely not. I'm not taking the job. No, for real. It's a
I
mess.
thought you meant you take it absolutely.
No one takes Man United job.
Wow, that's crazy. Thanks, Buja, for that. Boogie, thank you so much for that. This is just me thinking off the top of my head because I do believe that Zinedine Zidane has the nuance to actually create a style of play that the team can actually develop and actually play attractive football. But we know that the one thing that is lacking in Manchester United right now is discipline and a team culture.
Yeah.
And if you could put up a management team that has the likes of Roy Keane, that understands the culture of Manchester United and what it means to wear the red and black, alongside a Zinedine Zidane that has, the respect of the entire footballing world, I don't think there's any player that would be in a position to be coached by Zinedine Zidane and not feel honored to be in that position. I'm sure a lot of players will come to United to play for Zinedine Zidane as well. So I'm just giving you an example of what the caliber of manager you bring in and what they can bring to the table. Nobody wants to play for Ten Hag because he's a terrible player manager. In terms of personal relationships, there's more quarrels with star players than nice words being said about his managerial skills.
Yeah, and just 2 seasons in.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You come to a club where the legend of the club is literally the world's best player, and you belittle him to a point where he's literally saying he never wants to play for the club again. You have a team that has bought an English talent that performed extremely well in Germany, and he's come to your team. You're not giving him a chance, and you're talking bad about him in the media. You're having back and forth with your player. Rashford is doing whatever he likes. I don't think any player, from a player point of view, if I were a player, I don't think I want to go play for that manager. That's okay. Even if I score goals, one day he's going to tell me I went to the club.
He will give Rashford a preseason in his season. He gave Rashford 2 weeks. He gave him 2 weeks to go to Dubai.
So clearly, the caliber of manager is a big deal in terms of who helps United get out of where they are right now. We all agree Ten Hag has done his time. I think that's a unanimous factor that we have in the studio.
I'm going to give him one more chance.
One more chance.
To go deeper.
Because I'm so tired of,
is it because there's no replacement?
No, third to 6. 6 to 8 to 10 to and now relegation battle.
Chelsea.
But what's also crazy is the fact that we've been so horrible this season, but at the same time we are 6th on the table. I'm not saying I'm going to embrace that or anything, but it's better than being Chelsea. Exactly. It's not a good thing to, but it's the fact.
I'm going to come back to you shortly, but let me just get someone else in. Kuranga, you've had your hand up for a minute. Give me your take. This is the final take on Eric Ten Hag and how far he's taken Manchester United. Has he come to the bus stop? And who else should be driving this car to the next stop?
Good morning, boss. Good morning, Sir Jimmy.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, and good morning, Agba.
Good morning, my bro.
I think Manchester United should just keep hold of him because, to be honest, any manager Manchester United wants to appoint at this moment in time will definitely bring, fresh ideas, fresh philosophy, and fresh everything.
I don't think they need fresh ideas and fresh philosophy?
Definitely they need that. But for you to bring in another manager, you will definitely want to, kind of overhaul the squad. And Manchester United of recent, they are kind of in the bracket of the FFP. And how many players of Manchester United are sellable at the moment for a huge price in order to bring more money for the manager to, to actually sign players? And for managers being linked, someone talked about Roy Keane. Come on, there's a reason why people like that aren't even looking at other jobs. They've been linked with so many other jobs. But because of, they just know how to talk, but show workings, they don't know how to do it. According to Odumodu, they just know how to talk and they don't. The last job he actually had was way back in 2011 while he was at Ipswich Town. He also managed Sunderland in the Premier League. Nothing to show off. Gareth Southgate also is an international manager. You can't compare an international manager to also a coach to a club manager. When he was at Middlesbrough, he actually led Middlesbrough to relegation. Came to West Ham United, it was woeful. So you can't compare a manager that is, that is managing an international side that, it's just once in 3 months that they do press conferences compared to a manager that faces the pressure every week. This will definitely come into play and it will definitely affect the manager psychologically. So for me, I don't think there is actually a manager that will come to Manchester United right now and make right the wrongs, because everything has actually been spoiled right from the top down to the bottom. To be honest with you,
cannot be my brother. I don't. You said
only if that manager wants to.
Now. So
only
what
if
are you
that
saying?
manager
No
wants to spoil
manager.
the CV.
Jose Pesaro deal.
Only if that
But
manager wants to
Pesaro
spoil the
did now.
CV. The same thing.
Paseko.
This Eric Ten Hag we are talking about. Do you know that Eric Ten Hag had an incredible record with Ajax?
Yeah.
Everybody were waxing lyrical
But can I
that
ask
were
you, if you
waxing
were to
lyrical
if
that
you were
if he
to
comes to
place
Manchester United,
Ajax, if you were to place Ajax and Manchester United, are they at the same level?
definitely not.
Exactly. So you're bringing someone from a small market into a big market and expecting him to perform based on his successes in a small market.
No, I think his record in the Champions
No,
League,
that doesn't mean.
was good.
Excuse me, this is still Ajax.
Okay,
Ajax is a
let
youth
me
team. Has
ask you
always
this,
been a
Jimmy.
youth team for the rest of Europe. No matter how you look at it, Ajax has been a factory for people to go and shop. So basically, they what they do at Ajax is basically to
Groom
show
and sell.
groom
That's what
groom
they
the
do.
future, and because
sell.
of the way the league is there, you get success. You get to play in Europe. If you get to play in Europe enough, you get used to playing in Europe to a point where it seems like, oh, you're doing great there, but you're still a small club. Unfortunately, yes, Ajax might have the successes of back in the day that makes them, seem like a big club, but in today's climate,
Yeah.
Ajax is not a big club where we can be saying, oh, you had success at Ajax. So what? You had success at Brighton. Did that translate when this man went to Chelsea? No. Oh, you had success. The point is, when you bring a manager, you have to bring the manager for the right reasons. Not because, oh, he was successful at his previous club, that means automatically he's going to be successful here. It's just like telling me Alonso is guaranteed to succeed in his next job. It's not a guarantee because Bayer Leverkusen is not the same thing as Bayern Munich. The expectation, the scrutiny that you face in that team is different. Bayer Leverkusen's mindset was, yo, please just get us into the Champions League. They never expected they'd be going unbeaten. They never expected they'd be challenging for the title. Nobody's going to tell me that was the expectation when they brought in Xabi Alonso. Neither was it the expectation when Arsenal brought in Arteta. It was, okay, we need to get out of a situation. We need to establish a certain level of culture. And that's what I think Manchester United need to look at. Get a man in that can actually change the culture of the team. Forget the style of play, forget the players, the entire culture of, the ethos of Manchester United is lost.
Yeah, I understand you.
Is lost. At this point in time, you need someone that has the personality and the mindset to make change. But if you don't find that kind of, if you find someone that's just there to get paid, bring in his players, use the money that Ineos is going to drop on the table. If you get that kind of person, I guarantee you're only going to have 2 years of relative success, and then you're back where you started from.
But the main problem for Man United is patience. Even for the fans as well, because you're talking about Arsenal, and you talk about Arteta, who they had like 2 years for him to maybe acclimatize and adapt to the way he finished 8-8. Can a Man United hierarchy allow a manager to finish 8-8? Can the
What you
legends of the
don't say
club?
in that statement is, in that 8-8, right? You could see he was trying to achieve.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
You
I'm
can
saying.
see
So
the efforts being made. Even the players were beginning to buy in.
Yeah, of course. And it was trying to, shell out the old guards, the Aubameyang, the Ozil.
And he was making those tough
Lacazette.
decisions.
So that's why I don't want to just mention, let's chase Ten Hag.
Yeah,
That's why I'm trying to be patient with him, because I don't know, man.
Because it's two ways for Eric Ten Hag. He has indulged, okay, you are a disciplinarian in a way. So make it across board.
Yeah.
You've disciplined Ronaldo, you've disciplined Sancho, and you've indulged Rashford. Even gave him a 2 weeks, Dubai holiday to go and re-energize. What is the result? He's still the same kind of player, and this guy is on over £400,000 per week.
I think Manchester United is just taking up our time on this show today because we have really not made any progress. anyways, you hear the bell, and with the bell, you already know what comes next. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our super sub question of the day. I told you we stand a lot of chances to win lots and lots of prizes on the show. This is another opportunity that is presented to everyone on our X Space, wherever you're listening from right now, except those in the studio. You can't participate. Sorry. Yeah. All right, here comes our super sub question of the week. In the 2010-2011 Premier League season, which one of the following teams did not qualify for Europe? A. Liverpool, B. Fulham, C. Tottenham. I know your easy answer might be Fulham.
This is a funny question.
It's a funny old game too.
Yeah, it's a funny question.
All right, terms and conditions apply. All entries must have the hashtag Budweiser Kings of Football Show and the hashtag the KOF Super Sub. Winners will be chosen at random. There will be one winner that stands a chance to win 50,000 naira in cash. Not airtime, not Bitcoin, not crypto. 50K naira cash. All right, that's the question. We've exhausted everyone in the space, but not the one that matters the most. Babanla, would you rather Arsenal has a chance to win the league by way of Manchester United defeating Liverpool, or would you see Arsenal's chances going to the toilet by defeating Liverpool, or by allowing Liverpool to get a victory over you at Old Trafford? Babanla, please educate us.
Hey, Jimmy, Pooja, Bogi, Oli, how are you guys? Hello to everyone on the space. I would do anything for Arsenal to win the league.
I love you, Babanla, man. I love you so much, man.
Are you kidding me?
They want the season is done adjusted for Man United fans.
Jimmy,
Jay.
Liverpool beat United 7 last season for nothing. I will gladly lose 7 so that Arsenal don't win the league. That's something.
Man, you're an exceptional human being, man.
This is a unanimous decision by all. Did they send they communicate to you all? Because all United fans are in unison in saying we are ready to lose this game. Just to derail
Arsenal
us.
can't win the league before us now.
They will
we are
never
ready to win.
it.
We're happy for City and Liverpool to be sharing it. Arsenal can't win the league before
This is
us.
why I'm so happy.
Talk.
These footballers are not fans. Because if these players were fans, probably Man U will not even show up and just have a walkover. What is this? But on the real though, analyze the game for me.
If I was playing for United, maybe a couple of own goals from me. If Liverpool are not sharp enough.
Okay, let's end the show with our Joker of the week. If Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City all ended the season on the same points, the same goals difference, and the same goals scored, how would you decide who wins the league title? I'm asking you guys.
I thought you were going to give your.
No. I'm the moderator. I asked the question.
I know that, Jimmy.
I don't know why.
I think maybe head to head. In Africa we use head to head. As against go for goals difference. In Europe we use goal difference.
Yeah, but okay, so we're eliminating goals difference. So they're on the same points, same goals difference, same goals scored. So we've taken out. The stats is now based on IVE test.
So I think it's now head to head.
Yeah.
What you do in your home against what you do.
And by head to head, who's winning?
By head to head is Arsenal.
By head to head, who's winning?
Manchester United.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're listening from, I want to remind you that your Kings of Football show is available on your TV screens in most of our eastern states. And if you're watching right now, we thank you all for tuning in and being a part of what has been an extremely exciting and entertaining show. I want to say a big shout out to Oli Ekun Agba himself doing his thing. Looking forward to being in some of your future skits, as long as you're not making me do some crazy stuff as an Arsenal fan. Because if you leave this guy around, maybe a houseboy
I'm going to punish you.
I'll be collecting slaps. Pooja, you're always doing the most in terms of giving us coverage of most of the sporting activities within Nigeria. I was really, really happy to be able to get feedback from your Twitter page and your Instagram handle in following the Super Falcons and as well as the local league as well. We want to say thank you for doing what you do, in as much as we're not really happy with what you do on the show, but we'll take it with a pinch of salt. Any last words?
I think my last one is just I want the relegation battle to be as hot as the championship title. It has been lackluster from Luton, from Sheffield. Maybe they can give us something. Maybe Everton and Nottingham Forest can have a shake, a kind of shaky season and have that final, because the relegation battle is another conversation entirely when it comes to the later part of the season. But this season is looking like these three guys are already made up their mind. So I want it as hot as when Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool are fighting for the title.
All right. If you're on X Space, if you're on X Space, tune in exactly next week where we'll be doing this all over again. If you're on YouTube, well, you can catch us on Monday next week for another episode of the Kings of Football show. And to all my fellow Kings in Enugu, Delta, Abia, Cross River, Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, and Imo States, don't forget to keep it locked in and tuned in on Thursday to catch your Kings of Football on your TV screens. I am Folajimi Oluwasegun James Akinshola, but you can call me King Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy. Can I quickly say this?
Say it.
So thank you guys. I'm honored. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Shout out to you, Jimmy, Pooja, the crew, and most importantly, shout out to Budweiser. Thank you so much. God bless.
We will miss you.
And yeah, I pray Arsenal fails.
Goodbye to everybody. I hope United does the business.
I pray.